Hi, welcome back to another session of our mini series of Intuition Nutrition. I'm really excited to be speaking today with Krystal Sayre, who's joining me from the Gold Coast of Australia. It sounds so lovely. Krystal is a naturopath and a personal trainer and a nutritionist. Krystal, thank you so much for joining me today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So we were talking about the difference in temperature. It looks so sunny and warm where you are right now.
It will be about 27 degrees today. We're in the middle of summer here.
Oh my gosh. So that's for us close to, I would say in the 80s, right? For Celsius, Fahrenheit.
Probably. I'm not too sure of the conversion. Yeah.
Well, in any case, I'm jealous, but I'm happy for you. So tell me, Krystal, about so you do a lot of things, but mostly your goal seems to be to help people find a healthy way of life, correct?
Yes, I'm a personal trainer, a nutritionist, and a naturopath. I started off as a personal trainer, helping people to get fit. I did a lot of work with rehabilitation, so people who have lots of injuries, just to help them to overcome their injuries and to get their biomechanics working again and get them back into being just functional and getting through with no pain. And I did that for quite a few years, and what I found is that the exercise was helping a lot, but the nutrition was lacking. So I went and I studied nutrition, and after implementing nutritional medicine and Western herbs, I found that people just heal so much more effectively.
Yes, it makes sense.
So it's made me more holistic in my practice.
And do you work out of a gym, or do you have a private practice of your own?
I have a private practice and work out of a gym as well. So I do have some clients that see me for both nutritional medicine and naturopathy and for personal training, but then I've got clients who just want to have personal training or come and see me as a naturopath. So I do offer packages as well, but it really depends on what the client needs and where they're at. So got a few things on the go.
That's awesome. So I can't help but notice the little thing behind your head that says training sucks. There's got to be a story behind that.
I did martial arts for years and years, and I competed, and I was very into UFC. And my favorite fighter quite a few years ago was Tito Ortiz. And he has his own brand of clothing, and that is his shirt. And my brother had him sign it for me, so that's why it's framed. It says training sucks, but on the back it says, but winning is everything.
Ah, okay.
So there's actually a little plaque on it that you probably can't see that says, but winning is everything, Tito Ortiz. So
I love it. That's perfect.
I have it in my office because it is my favorite thing.
Absolutely, and it's so true. Yeah. Sometimes you got to get through the pain to reach where you want to get.
Yeah, definitely.
So what turned you on to this sort of holistic path of helping people?
Well, I was very into health and fitness from a very young age. My dad used to smoke, and I remember being about 5 years old and trying to convince him to stop smoking. My grandma was really into alternative medicine, and when my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer, she tried to treat him with nutrition and different supplements. And I remember going to health food shops with her. So I think from a very young age, I was aware of natural medicine. Then I started doing martial arts in primary school. And I loved martial arts, and I got to a level where I was competing, and to be able to compete, you've got to be fairly aware of what you're putting into your body. And I was training, 4 or 5 hours a day and competing. And so that's sort of how I got into personal training. I loved training, and I loved sports conditioning, and doing martial arts. I had quite a few injuries, so I was getting really good at rehabilitating those.
I know. So I read on your website that you dislocated your ankle like 10 times.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I actually broke it again. I broke it officially broke it last year. So I was in a wheelchair for quite a while, but I haven't had surgery. The orthopedic surgeon said that I would need surgery. And I've managed to heal it using herbs and to do some rehabilitation, and I can walk now. I'm still not running, but I can walk, and I can, go on the cross trainer, and I don't have a limp at all. So it's getting there, but it is a bit of a process.
That's literally taking your own medicine.
It is, practicing what you preach.
That's right. What kind of herbs? What kind of herbs would heal a bone? Out of curiosity.
I've done a lot of collagen. I've used comfrey as a compress as well, and just really looking at my diet, making sure that I'm helping to, put everything into my body that I need for healing my tendon as well, because I had an avulsion fracture, which is breaking off a piece of bone, and the ligament tears it off. So it was quite nasty.
Wow.
Yeah,
well,
so
that's remarkable that you're able to heal it.
Anti-inflammatory herbs as well. So it was different herbs at different stages of healing. So it was quite interesting. It was like doing a science experiment on myself.
That's great. You're very brave.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really glad.
Yeah.
So you went from being a martial artist to helping other people with their fitness.
With their training, yes. And then working in a gym and seeing that nutrition was such an important part, I knew that I was lacking in my training. And then training, and like I said, training several hours a day and working as a personal trainer, I actually ended up with chronic fatigue.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, at 23 I had chronic fatigue and I had to have a break. I was having trouble getting out of bed. I was having all of these weird symptoms and allergies. I would eat food that I used to eat, like even fruit, and I would have salicylate allergies, and it was just like my body was just freaking out.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what led me. I went and saw my first naturopath, and we talked about diet, which I had a fair idea about, but she really went into depth with me about my diet, and then she prescribed me this liquid herbal, and it tasted disgusting, but it worked.
What was it?
I don't actually know what she put in it, because you don't always get told when it's prescribed to you, but I'm assuming it was an adrenal tonic that she made, and I just thought, that's amazing. She's like this magic witch doctor, and she's made me this herbal, and I just fell in love with it, and I signed up to start studying about a month or two later, and I've just been studying ever since, and I absolutely love it.
That sounds wonderful. So
yeah,
I also read that you are an expert in flower essences.
Yes.
And now I've seen them at the health food store, and I've bought one for somebody else that said they would reduce anxiety. What can you share with us about that?
Flower essences are a part of naturopathy. Essentially, they're an energetic medicine, so they're very similar to homeopathics. They don't have any active constituents. So what that means is herbs are like a drug. They have active constituents that act on the body and can interact with different things. An energetic medicine or a homeopathic medicine, it's a bit woo-woo for some people, but it works. It's like crystal therapy. It works on the energetics of the body. So the essence that you maybe bought for your friend would have been something like Rescue Remedy.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
That's what it was, yeah. So there are remedies that are already made up that you can buy, and they're very effective, and most people have heard of Rescue Remedy. I can actually make my own remedies for people. So I talk to them about what's going on in their life and the emotions that are coming up for them, and I can make my own little witch doctor herbs and prescribe flower essences. So it's a great way to help people move through emotional blockages and overcome things.
And how effective do you feel that they are? Have you had sort of any feedback from your clients about them working or not working?
I think that they're very effective. I think with energetic medicine, you really need to be open to, if you go in and you're thinking this isn't going to work, then you're putting that out there, and then it's not so effective. But for people who are really open, and I never tell my clients what flowers I'm prescribing them or what actions I'm expecting. So it's really interesting to see them 3 or 4 weeks later come back and go, I don't feel stressed anymore, or this happened, and you can look at the flowers and go, that's exactly what it was.
Ooh, that's so fun.
It's very exciting.
Oh, there's your little kitty.
Yeah, so, her name's Buddha.
Buddha? Oh, perfect.
Buddha.
I love it. So, Krystal, do you actually put the flowers in the medicine, or is it just you somehow woo-woo, like take the energy out of the flower?
So you can make a flower essence remedy. So you would have bought a Rescue Remedy, and you would have taken drops of it underneath your tongue, or your friend would have taken drops under her tongue or popped it into her water bottle. So I can make blends like that, or I can put them into a herbal remedy. So if I'm prescribing a herbal remedy for you and I don't want to give you 3 different bottles of things to take, I can actually put it in to the herbs. So it's something that you do take. It's not like Reiki. It's not distance healing or anything like that. It's actually something you take.
That's great. And when you make it, do you use the flower itself, or is it just the energy from the flower, so to speak?
I buy the you can get a practitioner pack, which is made by bark flowers. So what they do with their bark flowers is they pick the flower with the energy and they make a tincture out of it. And then just like homeopathics, they take it down. I'm not really sure how to explain it. It's like watering it down, I guess, but it's an energetic medicine. So it's just taking the energy into the water and making mother tinctures. So I have mother tinctures, and then I can make my own tinctures from them.
Okay.
So I don't actually make my own flowers. I just use bark flowers. You can use bush flowers in Australia as well, which you may not be aware of over there, but there are different sorts of flowers that are Australian flowers that we can use as well. But I'm a bit of a bark flower fan myself.
Yeah, that's so cool. So there's definitely a lot more to be learned about the flower essences. I don't think it's very common. I don't think people have really heard of it in general. So I'm glad.
I think in Australia a lot of naturopaths use it, but it's not something that a lot of people are aware of. So it's something that we kind of sneak into tinctures or we give to people, but a lot of people won't. Unless they've come across Rescue Remedy, a lot of people won't know what flower essences are.
Right. It's fascinating stuff. So, Krystal, where can people find you and more about what you offer, your programs and all of that?
They could head over to my website, krystalsayer.com, and they can check out all of the things that I offer. I am based on the Gold Coast, so naturopathic appointments and personal training is obviously on the Gold Coast, but I will be offering online programs really soon.
Oh, great. Oh, good. So if you're like me and you live in the cold northeast of the United States, I would just get in touch with you and say, hey, can you help me with this or that? Do you do Skype appointments or anything like that?
I will be doing Skype appointments in the very near future. That's something that I'm working with my web designer to get happening. So that's exciting.
That is exciting. All right. Well, I hope everybody checks out your website because please, people, trust me, it's beautiful. I already checked it out before we were chatting. So great. Krystal, thank you so much for joining me today. This has been really eye-opening.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time for more food for your mind, body, and soul.